Welcome to page 9 of Accel packet number 4. On page 9, we're going to be completing the following I can statement. Given a ratio, I can calculate a unit rate with different units. On this page, we're going to be very careful to check for label agreement. And if we don't have label agreement, it's our job to make adjustments. Let's take a closer look at the problems we've been given. In problem number 1, it states 12 pages can be read in 20 minutes. How many pages per hour? Ultimately, we want to find the unit rate pages per 1 hour. But unfortunately, our time is not given in hours. Our time is given in minutes. So it's our job to convert minutes to hours. We know when we have to make this conversion, we're going to put part over total. 20 minutes is part of a full hour, which is 60 minutes total. If you take this and reduce, we can factor out a 20 to get 1/3 of an hour. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to produce 1/3 will not produce a very nice decimal. Punch into your calculator 1 divided by 3. You should get a repeating 3. We'd rather not use that in our ratio. Let's stick to using the fraction 1/3. You're ready to set up the ratio. You're not going to use 20 minutes. You're going to use 1/3 of an hour. And now we have label agreement. 12 pages can be read per 1/3 of an hour. You can use your ABC key to divide by that fraction. Punch into your calculator 12 divided by 1 ABC3 and hit equals. When you're done, write your final answer on the line, blank pages per 1 hour. Now let's move on to the next. And at the very end, we will reveal all the answers. And you can check your work at the very end of this page. But let's continue on. Let's read problem number 2 together. 8 pages can be read in 15 minutes. How many pages per hour? Well, we obviously don't have label agreement, but we want to know how many pages can be read in 1 hour. We're going to have to convert 15 minutes to an hour. 15 out of 60 can be reduced down to 1/4 of an hour. And if you convert 1/4 to a decimal, you can punch in 1 divided by 4. You get a nice decimal. 2500ths, 0.25 hours. And you can use 1/4 or 0.25 as you set up your ratio. You're going to set up 8 pages per 0.25 hours. punch that into your calculator and get that unit rate. When you're done, write it on the line. Let's move on to number 3. Somebody can jog 2/5 of a lap in 20 seconds. How many laps can they jog in a minute? Well, if you like working with fractions, you can leave 2/5 as is. But I'll show you a quick way to convert that to a decimal. But we can obviously see that 20 seconds is not in minutes. We're going to have to do a quick conversion. 20 minutes is really out of 60 minutes total. We can divide a 20 out of each of these to get 1/3 of an hour. Please write that down. You should be taking notes on all of this. And again, 1 divided by 3 produces a repeating decimal. And we really don't want to use a repeating decimal. Maybe we'll just leave everything in fraction form and use our ABC key. Now we're ready. Do not use the 20 seconds. We're going to, actually, it's not 1/3 of an hour. It's 1/3 of a minute. I apologize. Now we're going to use 1/3 of a minute in our ratio. 2/5 of a lap, laps should certainly go on top, divided by 1/3 of a minute. Use your ABC key, punch it into the calculator, and see what you get. You should punch in 2 ABC 5 divided by 1 ABC 3. At the end, we'll share the final answers. And lastly, let's take a look at number 4. It reads, 2 5/8 gallons are used per every 30 seconds. How many gallons per minute? So we want gallons per every 1 minute. We need to convert seconds into minutes. So set up a fraction. 30 seconds out of 60 seconds total, which reduces down to 1/2 or 0.5 minutes. We can use either value. Let's take a look at how we can set up this ratio. 2 5/8 gallons per, and you could divide by half a minute. Or we could just convert everything into decimal form. You can take 5 divided by 8 and punch that into your calculator right now to get the decimal equivalent. When we convert that into a decimal, punch in 5 divided by 8, you get 0.625 gallons. And then, of course, we know that 1/2 is equivalent to 0.5 minutes. So if you're more comfortable with decimals, we've got the option to use decimals. So go ahead and punch in that division problem into your calculator. When you're done, write your answer on the line. Please pause the video right now and complete the work for problems 2, 3, and 4. When you're done, click the video back on. Please pause the video right now. The correct answers are given to you in purple. Number 2, 32 pages, per 1 hour. Give yourself a C. Number 2, 1 1/5 laps per minute, or 1.2 laps. Give yourself a C if that's correct. And lastly, number 4, 5.25 gallons per minute, or 5 1/4 gallons per minute. Give yourself a C if that's correct. This concludes page 9.